Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Jody and today we're going to do something different and probably a little strange. October 1st was International Coffee Day, and it has been a bit of a trend for a little while now for people to paint or draw and paint with coffee. I have already done a little bit of that in my Wreck This journal, and I'll show you that page. This is my page from Wreck This journal. It was looking a little better until the footprint incident. So I thought I would try again, and especially after I saw that October 1st was Coffee Day, I thought what better way to paint with coffee again. So today we are going to be painting with Swiss hazelnut coffee without creamer and then with creamer. So I thought we'd do a little bit, and then also I've got some Derwent Inktense paint pans, and we will, because I need a green in this picture, so we're going to use that. I am going to put these a little bit to the side, and I am going to bring out my Watercolor with Me in the Forest book by Dana Fox. We have painted in this book before. We did a couple of acorns, and I have chosen a page today. We're going to do this tree. So I thought lots of different browns here, and then we've got some green. So that's what the page looks like if I bring it up closer. Just very faint. You've got a little bit of tree trunk written on or drawn on there, not even a full tree trunk. So really it's a free-for-all. You can do what you like. And we are going to paint this with coffee. So let me get set up and we'll get going. So in all fairness to this actual book, I will read you the colors that you are supposed they intended you to use. Was burnt umber and hooker's dark green, and using a round brush. It says a size 6 will work well. I've got two that are both 8s. Obviously, I'm not sure who decides the size of 8, but those are both supposedly 8s. And then I have this special brush, which is for making leaves. So we're going to sneak that in there a little bit. I've got a ceramic paint or ceramic plate for a palette, and I've got some clean and water. So that's all of the things we're going to do. We're going to start. It says begin by painting a light wash of burnt umber to the trunk. So I am going to take, and I'm going to use the plain coffee to start with, and we're going to do an overall wash. I do anticipate needing to do a few coats to get some different color. Okay, we're going to let that dry, and then we will be back once this is fully dry and add another layer of coffee on top. So let's let this dry. While I wait for this first layer of coffee to dry, I have put a tiny bit of green on my paint palette, and I have put a little bit on a square brush. It's a number 6, and I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of grass. So I'm going to, it's kind of like dry brushing. I'm going to put a little bit of grass. Okay, see how that looks closer up. Okay, we're going to come in now with some more coffee, and in the places where I want it to be darker, we're going to add another layer. We'll have to wait for that to dry. While we're waiting for this to dry, I did a little bit more dry brushing, and now I'm using the stipple brush, and I'm just going to do basically some dry brushing of some leaves. Looks like I'm going to need to get a bit more on the brush. So it's just the appearance of leaves when you use the stipple brush. Okay, we'll let that dry. While that's drying, you can tell when your paper is dry when it's doesn't feel cool to the touch. And so far it's not bleeding through. Keep waiting while the coffee continues to dry. I'm going to use a lighter green and add a different color. And let's go back in with the coffee. Let's see how that works with the cream. See what kind of color that is. Just dragging the branches up into the certainly is not a lot of pigment, so you would think that the way coffee stains your shirt that it would be staining the paper equally. Gonna leave that dry, but it is starting to look like a tree anyways. Okay, let's keep adding. The paper is dry. Certainly seems like paint is much easier to paint with. Oh, a little bit of coffee grounds in there, so we're gonna call that granulation. Some deeper colors if possible. It's okay that the colors through here are light because there's just a hint of branches through there, but I would like these ones that you can see to be much darker. This is our fourth layer of coffee. We'll leave those coffee grounds on there. Okay, I thought we would take a look at Watercolor with Me in the Ocean, also by Dana Fox, and I thought we would maybe do this sea otter. So the colors you're supposed to use here are burnt umber, raw umber, lamp black, and white, but we'll add some black, but I think we'll use the coffee to color this picture, and it does have a better outline, so you may be able to see it a little clearer. So let me get this book all situated. So we would like to have looks like basically it's overall he is dark. Make sure I have a nice saturation of coffee on the page. That's the first coat. We'll let that dry. While we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to use the black. Just need a little bit of it. And we'll do the eye. Since the outside is drying, I will take the cream colored coffee and we'll do the belly. Because we just want it lightly colored. Okay, we'll wait for that to dry now. Coming back for a second layer. I think he's actually looking kind of cute. While he continues to dry, I think I'm going to take and put some drops around the page. We'll let that dry. And then we will go back to our tree and maybe add a bit of foliage for autumn colors. Here is how our tree is looking, and I wanted to add some different colors other than just the green in the foliage. So I wanted some orange and red, so we'll add a little bit of that. And we're going to put it on with the stippling, so we're going to have to get it fairly dry. And some on the ground, because if anybody has trees, you know fall is when the leaves are falling on the ground. So we'll even put some coming off of the tree. So the coffee is not a great, I think it would be fine if you used it in a background to like stain your page to kind of age it a little bit. But as for using it as a straight brown, it doesn't really build up that much. So I thought it would build up layer upon layer, and it does get darker, but it is not as dark as I thought it would get. So this is where we're going to leave this tree. Okay, back for the final touches. It says to use a black ink pen to finish the details on the face, ears, and paws. So apparently he needs a mouth. Okay, and some parts of his ear. And supposedly he's got whiskers. So that's a white glaze pen, and it will dry and show up more. So apparently we're supposed to have a little bit of fur. That is how he's going to look. As soon as his eyes are finished drying, we'll show you the final page. And here we go. So that was Painting with Coffee for International Coffee Day. I hope you were slightly entertained. And until next week, I hope you're having a creative and colorful week, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.